I strongly believe that handsome and beauty is a very subjective topic. So for somebody, people, like one person is extremely handsome or she's extremely beautiful. For some other person, it can be like, she's okay.
Your 10 is my 1.
Thank you so much, dear. According to men or women. But anyway, so today we decided to discuss a topic about kind of like Stryker call it like what to do if you're not handsome, but it's more like everybody speak on like dating industry, and like in our videos we speak that, you know, ladies looking are protection, security, she need to feel safe with you, and yes, that is the base. That is for sure what she needs to feel.
The fundamentals.
What she needs to feel near the man. But what extra spices can you add to your relationship to make you feel good, to make you feel excited, to make you feel
interested?
Basically, you need to add emotions to her. That is what you need to add. And today we want to speak about 3 emotions, is it right to say emotions? Like 3 traits that you need to show to her to make her like you, love you, want to be with you, and be very happy with you. So,
I don't know what these are, by the way. This is Luba's idea for this video. I'm just sitting here and I'm going to make commentary on it. So go ahead.
So the first one, it's like to make her happy. Of course, it's a very generic topic, and you must say, how can I keep her happy? I don't know her well, and etc. But we always recommend sense of humor, right? Like we always recommend to like that love can make your relationship very strong. If the lady feels good with a man and she is laughing and she's having a good time, she really, really wants to be with a man like that. Do you agree?
Yeah, I'll say this here, and I don't know if I've ever said this to you before, but I think this. If you are okay looking, right, you're okay looking, you know, generically speaking, you're okay looking, but you can make a woman laugh, she can start to fall in love with you.
Absolutely.
If you make her laugh. I don't know, it's kind of strange. It's a weird thing for a woman to be attracted to, but I don't know why. I don't know the psychology behind it. Why does a woman find a funny man? And I mean funny as in, you know, good humor, not like clownish humor.
Very important. It's like super important, because unfortunately a lot of guys really mix this to kind of things. They think that if they become a clown, if they're making funny faces on the pictures, if they're making oh, I'm so clumsy, if they're making fun of themselves, that is attractive. Guys,
yeah, that's not attractive.
It's so unattractive. I can't explain.
What do you think it is? Do you think that it's, if we were, I don't know, to be honest, I've never really thought too much into it, but do you think it's because it's something that's like a cue or an indicator that you are, like if you're quick-witted, you know, you can think fast. You can say something fast and it's kind of funny. It's not like you had to sit there and think of something. You quickly just threw out a clanger and it was funny. Or is it something that says that you're social? People like you. You say something, people listen because they assume what you're going to say is going to be funny. Like there's something there that when you say something, especially in a setting as well, if you say something and many people think it's funny and she's there as well, she'll start to look at you differently.
100%, 1000%, because there's some chemical process, chemistry process happening in the body of the woman when the guy is joking and she look at him and she really falling in love with him, because it's like, I don't know, I want to describe it as a feeling of of pleasure. Yes, it's like a syrup, you know, it's like it's a hot chocolate, you know, it's like something is like Baileys, like you're drinking Baileys and it goes down. Everybody wants Baileys now, but it's something like super delicious. It's something that you look at the man and you think, yes, I want him. You know, I don't know how else to describe.
I think it is.
Describe it like well.
I think what you're saying is correct. Like it is the endorphins. Like when something is funny, people like things to be funny. Even if you're in a shitty mood, something is funny, you'll always feel a little bit better about yourself or the situation or something. It's just the way it is. So maybe it's just that. Women want to be around men that make them feel happy, I think you said.
What can't you, like, I know what some guys thinking. I don't have good sense of humor. I don't know how to make jokes.
Yeah.
So, but in this case, very important, as we said, to not be clownish, to not be making fun of yourself. Oh, I'm so clumsy. Oh, like I'm always doing that. Oh, like I this. You are not the object of the humor. You are not the object of the humor whatsoever. You are strong. powerful, cool man, and you're not making fun. She's not making fun of you, and you're not making fun of yourself. Gentlemen, just wanted to invite you to our free Telegram community where you can get in touch with me and Stryker directly, talk to our other subscribers, discussing some questions, having like a little community that we built where we share some interesting videos from daily life, some updates about the clients, about their trips, and answering all of your questions. So join the link down below and we see you there. And it's not, as I said, like clumsy and stuff. And the worst also thing that guys are doing sometimes, it's like on the West, it's very popular, like a black humor. Please
explain this, because you just said this to me before.
You know, I don't know, like, because thanks God, guys don't do that to me. But black humor, it's like something about death. It's something about like people from different races, and like on the West, like people like to joke about that, and they think that it is funny. And like a lot of stand-ups, they doing jokes about that.
Okay.
But like it's not funny whatsoever. First of all, it's not funny for Ukrainian lady in general. But second of all, it's because she doesn't understand it 100%. It's a very like it's a very specific jokes. Like remember we did that jokes that you don't get mine, I didn't get yours. Even though like we kind of understand each other, we speak the same language, but it's like very cultural. So this is not. So advice that I can give you that that I learned from Stryker is that the best what you can do if you don't have good sense of humor, if you're not very sharp on like things, you need to do a situational humor. Like maybe you will not be able to do it online, but situational humor, what is that for you? Because you're very good at it.
I don't really know, to be honest.
But like for example at the restaurant, like if we talk about somebody, like we're discussing like and kind of
I don't know how you would explain this, because like you can't, there's no instructions for it.
No, but for example, like let's say example that you sit with on a date and there's like and you don't know what to discuss, and then you see the couple, like maybe older couple or maybe lady like having a wig, or she has like a little dog or something, and you start making like little funny story about her, like, oh, guess what do you think that she been like a predator when she was young, or like something like, or she was like she was very maybe she was a ballerina. I don't know, like it's difficult for me now to make this example.
It's very difficult to make
but you know, right, like what I mean.
Okay, so situational humor is probably my specialty when it comes to humor, and it's making fairly obvious yet slightly humorous observations of those around you, but not insulting them in any way. That's the only way that I can say it.
I can, like, for example, yesterday, like I sent Stryker a picture, and it's like, it's like a little thing, but it's really like, it just brings you smile, and it's like, it's nice. So I sent him because I make always mistake with the word onion.
Okay.
Onion.
Oh, onion.
Onion.
Yes, I know what you're saying.
So, like, onion or onion?
I don't know. Onion.
Onion. So I always make mistake with some words, and a lot of guys who are following us for a long time, they know. Like sometimes I can say it wrong. Sorry, it's not my fault. But I found yesterday.
Actually, it is your fault.
Okay, it is my fault. So I found yesterday, like on Facebook, I don't know, it was a pictures that say like they describe like buffet, onion, and like different words, and I just took a screen capture because I knew that Stryker always also making fun how I say words, and then I sent it to him, and like he could just like not react on that, or he can just put like a hands up. What did you say? Oh, thanks, I've been looking for that for a long time. Like it's kind of like it's situational, so he saw something.
It's not my best work.
No, but it was funny. So, like something situational, something that is happening right now, even online, you need to get to know a person a little bit better, of course, to understand like what is funny for her, what is not, touch the base. But basically, first thing, if you can keep her happy, and happy not just by buying her a Gucci handbag, it's just by keeping her smile and having good positive emotions around you, that is your key, number one. Key number two is like to keep her excited.
Yeah, I just wrote a note here.
Just say that.
Okay, so I was going to write here, do not let her get bored, right?
Yes.
And there's a difference between her being bored and trying your best to make her as excited as possible, right? So there's something in the middle there, right? You don't have to be like, right, she's going to get bored in 5 minutes. I need to find something incredibly exciting that I need to go and take her away to do. No, what I believe works well is spontaneity. Because if she knows what's going to happen next, she's going to expect it, and it's like, we actually had a client in town not too long ago, and I was explaining this to him. It's all about the spontaneity. And if you discuss with her what you're going to be doing tomorrow or that night or after you've finished here, and you're discussing it together, I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but I'm just saying that she doesn't really want to do that most of the time. She wants you to just And what I was telling him to do is to like go to, you know, just walk away, come back, grab her and say, let's go. We're going to go try this like crazy food over here. She may even say, no, I don't want to. Just say, no, we're going now. Like for her, it's, what are we doing? What's the adventure? Where are we going? What's up with this guy? What happens next? But if you were to say in about 10 minutes, I think you and me, we should go and try some, there's this food over there. Have you ever had it before? It's this here. I'll show you some pictures. Like she doesn't want to do all that stuff, right? She wants to just go on an adventure here and there. She does not want to plan anything. No, let me say that again. She does not want everything to be planned. It's the spontaneity. You want to keep her on her toes and guessing, especially in the process of, you know, the courtship part, the dating part. You know, there's nothing wrong with like texting her and say, hey, be ready at 6 o'clock in the morning. Make sure you wear walking shoes. We're going on an adventure. And what are we doing? Doesn't matter. Just be ready. That's it.
And this is also very applicable to the guys who are traveling to Europe, either like our clients, of course, we speak with them about this, or just if you do guys that by yourself. That is important because most of the guys now traveling to, for example, Germany, to the lady who is living in that German city. And so the guys a little bit, even though we talk about this a lot, but they got relaxed and they think, oh, she's there, so she will show me around. Mm-hmm. This is about frame. You need to, like, this is one of Stryker's, first videos. When we talk about the frame and when we speak, you should not let yourself be in her frame. She needs to get in your frame. And I know it's very difficult. Like when you're inviting her to US, of course she's in your frame. But when you're coming to Europe, it's very difficult to be not in her frame, but you should try. And yes, there would be places that she would take you and she would say, I've been here, it's my favorite coffee shop, it's my favorite museum, this and this. But you need to have like 10 places in your mind without saying her, in case it get like something of her plan doesn't work out, or maybe it's closed, or maybe the weather is changed, or something that you will take her and go. Not start Googling, not start like being frustrated, not being like incompetent. No, you will be competent and you'll say, okay, I have an idea, let's go. Guys, you can't imagine how powerful is that. You can't imagine how powerful are these words. I know how to fix it. I will do it for you. I know, like, I have a plan. Let's go. This is not materialistic things, and it's so powerful for the woman, and that is what making her fall in love. And probably nobody will tell you this, but I, as a woman, telling you right now that this is what's happening and how you can make a woman fall in love with you.
Yeah, and unless, so here's the thing you got to remember, okay? And for guys that make excuses out there, please stop, because it's an incredibly weak position to put yourself in as a man. There are some men, right, who are genetically gifted. They are tall, they are handsome, they have a chiseled jawline. They're just that way, okay? And there's nothing that you can do about the fact of the way you look. Maybe you're a bit shorter, maybe your face is a bit rounder, maybe it's a bit elongated, maybe you're losing your hair. Whatever elongated? It is. Elongated? I'll explain later. So, and so there's nothing you can do about that. So when it comes to those guys, women fall in love like really fast. Wow, look at him. He's so amazing. Look at his face, look at his jawline, look at his incredible hunter eyes. Right? But if you're not that way, you have to do it another way, right? It's not to say
much more stable. It's much more stronger way. Like falling in love with his jawline.
It's more legit. She'll get to know you like for who you really are, depending, hoping that you are a man that a woman can fall in love with, right? So don't worry about those things. That's just rubbish. And if you've seen stuff online about all these women talking about they want a man that's 6'2" and has 5 figures and all that sort of stuff, 6 figures, well then you're watching the wrong content, right? Because all that's doing is telling you that you are shit and you're not going to get anything. So forget about it. And the women that are saying those things are usually young, shallow, sometimes OnlyFans girls, whatever, on these stupid podcasts. This is not real life. You're not going to interact with these women, okay? But we know because we work in this industry, right? I know because I've experienced it myself. A woman can just slowly fall in love with you by seeing that you are competent, you are funny, you are charming, you are not boring. You can take her on an adventure that no other man has done before. If you can master these skills, and they're not even like hard skills to master, it's like, we talk about in our course Ascend that you are the director of a play. And you get to decide exactly where you're going to be at 7 o'clock that night with her, at midnight for the countdown of New Year's, Christmas Day. You're setting everything up because you are the competent one in this relationship and you are leading it and you want her to follow. That's it. If you're expecting her to organize anything or be any resemblance of a leader in this relationship, you will fail. And we spoke about that in a recent video. I don't know if I've uploaded it yet. Whether or not a Ukrainian woman or a Western woman is right for you. But to charm a woman in, you know, whatever aspect, whether it's through humor, whether it's just being kind, chivalrous, you know, being a gentleman, taking care of her, making her feel safe, all of these things are skills that you have to have. Now, you may not have those skills right now, and it does take time to get them, and that's why we created Ascend, so that you could work on those before you actually go and do the dating process. But you need to work on these and think about them all of the time, because if you can capture a woman this way, you know, you're not spending money on Gucci handbags, which some of you guys seem to be very worried that that's going to happen, or diamond rings or iPhones and that stuff. You're simply being yourself. You're being authentic. You are charming, you are witty, you are funny, you can take care of her. This is what a man should be. A Ukrainian woman is a very, very good litmus test for what kind of a man you are.
And trait number 3. So she's already happy with you. She's excited. And now you need to add a little bit more spice into this soup, into this salad, into this meal, and that would be perfect chef menu. So you need to add extreme. You need to add feeling of adrenaline, because we speak about hormones, right? Like if we talk about love as a chemistry, then we need to add all this chemistry together to mix it, to actually make it happen, to make a boom, to make a firework, to make it happen. If you want to achieve something, so extreme. Here is a very, like, we have a little bit different view with, I mean, his level of extreme and my level of extreme is like a little bit.
Her level of extreme is having warm tea.
But like, and Stryker jumping from the bridge. You need to find out the level of extreme of each other that is comfortable enough. So extreme cannot be comfortable. It needs to be a little bit out of the comfortable zone. So Stryker will give his example of like perfect date that he been a long time ago. But I mean, that particular one, only one survived.
Yeah, I mean, I've told this story before.
Many times.
But because I discovered something when this happened. And what happened is I was with a woman. It was very kind of, I'm going to say kind of a little bit boring. Like she was very quiet. And then, you know, we said, okay, I said, let's go for a walk. So we went for a walk and we saw this bridge where they were doing bridge swinging. They tie you on and you jump off the bridge. Okay, this was in Ukraine. It was in Kiev, across the walking bridge there. And I was like, looks a little bit sketchy, but we'll do it anyway. She says, no way, I am not doing that at all, ever. And I said, no, we are going to go and do that and you'll have a great time when you do it. Because I knew she'd have fun afterwards. And she said no, and I said, okay, we're going to go in here. We're going to have some shots of whiskey, which we did. She came with me, even though she's saying, I'm not going to do that. I promise you, I will never jump off that bridge. So we had a couple of shots of whiskey and we jumped off the bridge. And what happened is, it was pitch black at the time. Couldn't even see the bottom. They pushed us off the bridge. And as they pulled us back up, her entire demeanor changed. She went from this, maybe it was a couple of shots of whiskey, but
it was you.
But I don't think so. I think that it was the fact that she was put into a position where she had absolutely no idea what was about to happen. She had never done anything like that before, but she was with me and she felt safe because we did it. And after we were pulled back up onto the bridge, when we were walking, the way that she was with me was completely different. She was walking like she couldn't take her hands off me, basically. And it was because we just went through this strange series of emotions of fear, and then I guess happiness, and then I guess the fact that we're still alive. And there was a sense that something that brought us together. Now, we're not saying you have to do something like that, but there are things that, you know, don't involve, you know, jumping off a bridge in Ukraine after you've had shots of whiskey, which is always,
that's why
it's always how a good story starts.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, it's the limit, of course, but you need to find out what is the limit for the lady, because maybe like you need, for example, great idea is to go to amusement park. Because it's like, especially in the evening, there's a lot of lights, there's a lot of music, it's loud, it's like, it's different kind of attractions, right? And how you call this, like rides, you know, and you need to find, if she is getting like motion sick, of course you don't want to do it. But there's always something, there's either Ferris wheel that will be super slow, there's either cars that you like bumping cars, or there's like something like super crazy. You need to find that. And I don't know what is that, like, but you need to find, because before you meet the lady, you obviously spoke with her, you obviously had some interaction. So you need to find out what is your extreme level. I'm not saying about jumping from the bridge. I'm not saying about jumping from the parachute, but who knows, maybe it's a good idea as well. But these feelings make the woman, so every step of the way, making her happy, making her laugh, making her excited, making her feeling this adrenaline in extreme, it's like it's tightening you closer and closer, that she understands that she didn't have that spectrum of emotions with anybody else. And if you understand that, you know, the money in this chain is really not even like money and look, it's not. Yes, you need money to be able to provide, you know, jumping from the bridge or jumping from the
parachute. That was like $30.
But anyway, like you need to have it, right? You need to have But it's nothing to do with that. You understand that we always keep saying that, like guys who write in comments about gold diggers and everybody just looking for money, it's an excuse for the guys to not do it. Okay, but we hope that the guys who are watching this, you're not the one who doesn't want to do it and looking for excuse. So if you find a way to make your lady happy, excited, and feeling this adrenaline with you, feeling this feeling of maybe, you know, you need to do something that one of our clients said, like, I like when it's buzzing in that place. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, whatever, it's what he said. Sorry that I open up with it. But you know what this feeling is? You need to do something kind of like dangerous. You know, it can be something dangerous. You need to walk somewhere. You need to, like, it needs to be like an adventure. So you need to think about that. And you may think, like, I live a very boring life. All of us, guys, all of us living a boring life. We go to work, we wake up in the morning, brushing our teeth, having our coffee, going, driving, all of us. But think about relationship as something different, as something more interesting that you can do because you're a director and you can easily implement that in your life. So that are things what you can do to attract a woman.
Yeah, and here's the thing, you know, you follow a lot of this red pill stuff online, the man-o-sphere. They're not going to talk about this stuff, but for those who have gone out and done it, our clients, myself, and probably some of you guys out there, you've experienced that. You've experienced those emotions when you're with a woman and you went on a random vacation or you went to somewhere and you met a woman and you had this, I call them summer romances. Well, we know that it can happen, right? But all of these channels that some of you guys are watching, like they're pushing you away from that. They're saying, no, they're only after money, you know, these 304 hoes or whatever it is. They're all pushing you away from actually finding something and doing something that's interesting with a woman and making a woman fall in love with you. Yes, bad things can happen after people get together in relationships. People can fight and all that sort of stuff. But it's about trying to understand it as well, even with relationships. The problem is that a lot of men don't understand relationships. And if you look back, maybe you got divorced or you had a bad relationship, you should be able to look back at that relationship now because you have grown as a man and gone, you know what, I probably could have done things better then. I definitely could have done. That's not to say that you should have stayed longer or broken up earlier, but yourself as a man, you should be able to look at those things and go, well, maybe I should have been a bit more calm. Maybe I should have taken a bit more time out to spend time with you and all that sort of stuff. That's growing as a man. But they're not teaching you any of the stuff on these red pill channels. They're just teaching you how to stay away from women for as long as possible until you're 70 years old and you look back and you go, why did I do that? What was the point?
Don't listen to them. Join Ascent. Join our free Telegram community where you can ask questions and discuss all you want with our other subscribers and get our updates weekly, I would say. And we see you in the next one.
Catch you later.